this is Benjamin with ARI, your website company, and the point of this video will be to train you how to make a custom financing page. Now, today we'll start by going ahead and open up our brand new site alongside the editor so that we can check out exactly what we mean by the financing page. We'll first go down to Sites. Within Sites, we'll click on Domains. And then we'll select the only address from the list that includes ARI build. We'll choose to open that up in a brand new tab. And as soon as that loads, we have our new site. Now, when talking about a financing form, obviously the very first one that comes to mind is the responsive financing form that we have built in. In other words, if you go to any new or used units that you have in your inventory, click on View Details, and then click on Apply for Financing, it takes you straight to our financing form. Now, for some of you, this may not be good for two reasons. Number one, it may not have some of the fields that you need on this financing form. Number two, you might want to have multiple financiers on one page based on the type of unit the customer could apply for different types of financing. Well, first, if you're looking to just have that apply for finance button lead to another financier online somehow, and you have the link to that specified financier, that's pretty easy to change. Let's go over that first. We'll jump back to our editor, back to our dashboard. We'll go down to the box labeled Sites. Within Sites, we'll click on Components, also marked with a puzzle piece. And the component that we're looking for today is Showcase Home. So we'll scroll down to the S section because they are organized alphabetically. We'll go to the far right of Showcase Home and click on the gear. Now, if you did not want it to lead to our stock financing form, you would leave the financing form box checked within this component, but you would copy and paste the address of that secondary or alternative financier that you want right here. An example of that might be Toro Financing. So you go to the Toro Financing page, copy that address from the top URL bar, jump back to your editor, and then you would paste that link in there. And instead, when someone clicks on Apply for Financing, it would bring them over to that Toro Financing page. Now, that's great if you have one financier other than the form that we provide. But what if, Ben, I want to have multiple financiers on the page and let my customers choose which financier to use? Well, that involves building out a custom page and then providing links to multiple financiers. So first we have to design that custom page. For this, we'll go into Site and Pages. Once we get to our page list, we'll click on Add Page. Now, the first thing we have to do is go down and change the page title and page file name. Now, the name of the page in which our stock form appears on is Financing. So, what we're going to want to do is choose something that sounds like it, but isn't. So for today, we'll call this Financing Options. And then we'll simply copy and paste that down to our next blank called Page File Name. Now, because we are moving from regular text to HTML, we will want to remove the spacing in between the words or provide some type of underscore or dash in order to make it one word. We'll stick with financing options as one word, and we'll try hitting save and see if it accepts it. Perfect. So / financing options ended up being our final website address for this page. Now, in order to actually have these multiple financing links, we need to have a page asset in order to add any content to this page. So we'll click on Add New Asset. For the title of the page, this is going to show up at the top of our page in that upper left-hand corner, as it does for About Us or Contact Us or one of the many other pages on your site that contains one of these text assets. So we'll rename it to the same thing, just for simplicity's sake and making it easy to find should we need to modify it later. And now we'll go down and set up a nice uniform button arrangement in order to get to our multiple financiers. In order to make alignment easy, I would suggest first entering a table into this area. We'll click on Insert Table, and we're going to do 3 different financiers. We're going to want space for the description of the financier, and we're going to want a place for the logo or button that you're going to click on. So we're going to go ahead and make it 2 wide by 3 tall. Excellent. Now for the first one, we're just going to call it Toro Financing. So excellent. Now we'll go ahead and go into our second grid box here, and we'll go ahead and add in a Toro logo to use as our button. So we'll click on the media browser, what looks like a picture of mountain and moon. Upload. Select files. We'll go ahead and go into my main pictures folder. And let's see if we can find that logo. And Toro Financing logo. Excellent. Select it. Open. We have 100% and a full green status bar, which means that it should have been added to the Browse tab. Click back to our Browse tab. There is our Toro Financing. Now we do have some suggested sizes over to the right. Well, our thumbnail size, if you've watched any of my other videos, is always our last option, 180 by whatever the second size is, because that's roughly button size or icon size like you would see on a normal desktop screen. We'll select the 180 and insert. And now we have our button. Now that's great. It looks pretty decent, but we still have to link it to that Toro Financing page. So we'll click on the center of the image, and down in our toolbar that appears, we have what looks like a piece of chain, and when you hover over it, it says Insert Link. We'll click on Insert Link, and now we need the URL of that Toro Financing page. Well, it just so happens in preparation for this training video, I opened that up in another tab. So all we'll have to do is copy, go back to our editor, and paste that in. Excellent. And insert. And now instead of just a flat image, we can see that it has turned it into a link. Sweet. We only have 2 more to go, so the next one will be synchronicity. And now we'll go ahead and go into the cell to the right of it and insert our picture to use as a button. Once again, media browser, upload, select files, and there's our Synchronicity Financial logo. Back to our Browse tab. Select our photo. Once again, we're going to go ahead and go with that 180 size. Insert. And then we have our Synchronicity Financial logo, but now it's still not linked. So once again, click in the center of the picture. Look for what looks like a piece of chain. It says Insert Link when you hover over it. And we have that Synchronicity Financial page open in another tab. So we'll go ahead and copy that and paste, insert. And now once again, we have a button rather than just a picture. And then finally, for our last financier, we'll do Cub Cadet. So and we'll click to the cell to the right of it as we did before, and this time I'm going to go a little bit faster. Excellent. Now we'll go ahead and hit save. Awesome. Now we'll hit back. And now that we've created this custom page called Financing Options, we will want to link it, the inventory, click here for financing, to this new Financing Options page. So let's go ahead and grab the address of that particular page. Go back to our dashboard. We'll go into Sites, into Components, go down to Showcase Home, go over to the right, click on the gear next to Showcase Home, scroll down to where we can put the external link in for the financing form, save settings. That save went through. Now we have to publish. Click on my name, publish changes. We'll jump back to our site, back to our home page. When we get back to our home page, just to make certain that those changes were carried from the editor over to the site, one more time I'll refresh that page. And now let's go to an in-stock inventory unit and see if that click here for financing works. And here is the moment of truth. Apply for financing. And it leads over to financing options. Now obviously I would have to go in and retune it a little bit, but you get the basic idea. Awesome. This has been Benjamin with creating a custom multi-link financing option page. Thank you very much for your time and have a splendid rest of your day.